There's been a lot of travel headlines over the past few weeks, from Delta scaling back changes to its loyalty program to airline perk changes at Frontier. Here to break down everything you need to know ahead of your next trip, owner of Cadillac Travel Group, David Fishman. Thanks for being on with us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. So we just mentioned Frontier. Let's talk about Frontier. The airline recently announced an overhaul of its frequent flyer program. Can you explain a little bit more about this model? What are they doing?
Well, pretty much what everyone is kind of leaning towards is, especially Delta, but actually American, all of them are going in that direction, is it's not about how often you fly, it's how much money you spend. Because they make, last year alone, for example, American Airlines made, I think it was $3 to $4 billion on their credit card. Delta made $5 billion on their credit card program. So most of the frequent flyer programs are going to go to frequent buyer programs, as I like to call them.
Makes sense.
Yes, because they make more money on spending money on the credit card than they almost make on you flying in the air. So they're going away from the mileage and more of the buying type of situations. That's what you'll see a lot of from Frontier to all of them. And Frontier Plus plays with it, all types of different things, because they're trying to get people to use their airline more. I love when they do that. You know, pay one price and travel 17 times. It's really quite interesting, because you can never get on the plane, but you buy that ticket and you think, oh, great, this is a great deal, but then you can't travel. So.
Right. We mentioned Delta scaling back. Now, is that what you just talked about, or something different?
Well, Delta, what they did is they came out with their new program, and they got so much bad feedback.
Right, I mean, changing the way they
reward. It's going to the MQDs, which are dollars, than any frequent flyers. So I mean, there's the people that travel every, once a week, all the time. And those people, if they're spending $300, $400 on a ticket, they don't care about them as much as the person that's going to spend $1,000, $5,000 on a ticket. That's where they make their money. Plus, they make it so they make their own American Express card more benefits on it than the other cards. So then people have to use theirs. And they took away the benefits on the little card. So if you had just your normal Delta American Express card, you had like no benefits.
Okay, tell me if this is just me. You brought up the Amex. I am part of that Amex family. Delta Sky Lounges, I feel like they've gotten a little stingier. Is that just me? Is that a thing?
Can you back me up here? Yesterday, and they were packed. And the time I flew before, there was a line a mile long to get in. So what they're trying to do is create space in their clubs, because there is no space. So that's where, once again, they're limiting on the cards that used to be unlimited. And so they're going to limit that. And then they're going to also make it harder to even reach certain limits of unlimited or even get it with another card.
Okay.
So they're trying to push you in the direction of their high level travelers and their high paying clients are going to be the ones that get the benefits, while the other ones don't get as many benefits or can't even go to the club at all.
I love having you here because we have so many questions. We could go on forever. Spirit Airlines. I feel like Spirit's the butt of a lot of jokes. Is that deserved? What's going on there? Why are there frustrations? And why is Spirit such kind of a symbol for, well, it is Spirit.
It's the butt of many jokes out there. You know, it's late night TV favorite joke.
Is that deserved?
In a lot of ways it is, because the problem is in a lot of different, like if you want to fly somewhere out of Detroit, you can't fly out on Spirit if you have to be there. Because if they cancel that flight, there's not another plane to get on. So that is a huge problem.
So it has a lot to do with cancellations.
It has a lot to do with cancellations, is in particular, because they seem to have a higher level of cancellations and maybe not as many flights and flexibility. So they're a great deal, and maybe not so much a great deal sometimes, because you pay for everything. I always say you got to have the oxygen coming down, and you have to put the quarters in to breathe the oxygen. You have to pay to go to the bathroom, because they get you on every little thing, and it does end up adding up.
Yeah. Okay, last question for you. You brought up cancellations. If people are faced with this, their flight is canceled or they have delays, who should travelers talk to?
Well, first of all, call ahead. Make sure you find out what's going on, and then also, the gatekeeper, the person at the counter, is very important. But to go back to working with a travel professional, at least you call them. I have a lot of my clients will go in, their flight will be canceled, they have a problem. By the time they get to the front of the line or have to try and figure it out on their phone, okay, the space isn't available anymore to go on the next flight, or who knows what the flight is. But then we can book them, or you can try and book it yourself, but try and get on the next flight or whatever as soon as possible. But really, the person at the counter is a gatekeeper, so don't yell at them.
Yeah, not their fault.
Not their fault.
Not their
and
fault.
They control everything, and they will make it so you can't get on the plane.
All right.
And I've seen that happen a lot too.
Whew. David Fishman with Cadillac Travel Group, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you for having
appreciate
me.
it.